Right then, so I just got done watching the latest episode of Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc 5. This episode is all about Kurosaki sort of getting a bit of closure and sort of understanding the fact that maybe his sister is gone and maybe the memories of his sister weren't all true. So yeah, it's also a little bit about Yugioh as well. Him trying to sort of come to grips with the fact that even though the other aspects of his personality, the other versions of himself basically, they're gone technically now, and they're all sort of, I'd say they've been digested inside of him. Not obviously physically, but like, you know, metaphorically or whatever it is. But yeah, they are a part of him now, and he just seems to come to grips with the fact that they are a part of his personality now, and he needs to accept the fact that, yes, Dark Rebellion Xyz Dragon was Yuto's card, but now it's his card as well. So even though he didn't use it in this episode, he used, is it Odd Eye's Saber Dragon or Odd Eye's Lance Dragon, one of them two. He used that instead of summoning Rebellion Dragon. Perhaps in the next episode with Jack Atlas. Jack Atlas even says that you will not be able to win the smiles of everyone in the current state you're in. I think that's because he needs to accept using the other dimension dragons to fully be the Yugioh that he is now. Okay, so let's just go back to the start of the episode and talk a bit about that first. So we get to see a couple more characters. We're sort of going down memory lane. We're going to get to see all the different people. This time we're in the fusion dimensions, so we get to see Kurosaki, Asuka Tenjuin, Sora Shunin, as well as the Professor, Leo Akaba. Now, there were some things I did and didn't like about this. I like the fact that Kurosaki is very angry with the Professor, and he just wants to know where his sister is. And when Asuka opens the door for him and is like, alright, you can go in there, just don't disturb the Professor, he literally just shoves her out the way and walks past without saying anything. And, I don't know, it made me laugh. I thought, yeah, fair enough. Poor Asuka, though. She got shit on a bit there. This is something that I didn't like. The Professor has done a big 360 now and is like, yes, what I did was bad. I know I wanted to restore my daughter, but I didn't take into account the fact that all the other reincarnations of Rei, they were all people, and they all had lives and personalities, and I never considered that, so when I merged them all together, yeah, I guess I was a bit of a prick. Kurosaki, if you want to beat the shit out of me, you can, and I kind of wished Kurosaki did take a few shots at him, because the Professor's kind of got off with all this scot-free. He has been probably one of the worst villains in Yu-Gi-Oh! He was almost the sympathetic villain that could have been really good, but he's just a stupid idiot at the end of the day. And yeah, I'm sorry. The Professor, you are one of the worst Yu-Gi-Oh! Antagonists of the entire series. In my opinion, of course. If you guys disagree, let me know why he's a good villain. This is kind of where we got the confirmation as well. Something that I didn't really want to hear is, I was kind of hoping all the other Yugiohs and all the other Yuzus had all been split up and they were maybe trapped somewhere and they had to get rescued or something. Then we could finally have maybe some final duels between them all, just to prove like who is the main Yugioh or something, or just to sort of understand some things, because no one got any closure. None of the Yugiohs had their sort of feelings explained towards the end. Maybe they did, but like I feel like the biggest one would be Yuri. Yuri never really had a redemption at the end. He was always a troubled child who obviously wanted to win at all costs and things like that. But he never really had a moment where we sort of sympathised with him. We could have turned it around or something like that. So I feel like because we didn't get that, I think this series has missed out. Maybe they can still do something with it, but if they don't, then probably not. And the same goes for all the Yuzu incarnates as well. They didn't get any like big moments in the series really. I don't think even Yuzu did. Definitely none of the other ones did. Yeah, nothing really happened with them. There was no development at all as characters. So when the Professor says that, yeah, all those versions have all been absorbed into Yugioh, so Yugioh's the only one left now. That, by extension, explains what will happen with Yuzu. They've all gone into Yuzu instead because they're the standard pendulum ones. That's kind of the observation they make. And the silver lining is that the fact that when Kurosaki asks to duel Yuya, he discovers towards the end, he's like, I learned what I needed to learn from this duel. When I fought you, I could definitely see Yuto within you. So that means that when Yuzu, if she ever reappears now, that will mean that Ruri will be within her kind of thing. So that's his kind of closure. Even though his sister's gone, there's still a bit of her there kind of thing, if you get me. I do think he took it a bit too lightly. Like, his sister is gone. and he seems alright with it now, I guess. But I guess you have to be in these times of war. Well, peace now, I guess. The actual duel between Yugioh and Kurosaki I thought was pretty good. There was a lot of action card use, which I like to see only a little bit of that, but this one was heavy. It was literally like the first turn, they were spamming those action cards. And there was even a point where there was like an action card used, then an action card got cancelled, then someone used another action card which activated an action card in the graveyard, and then they sort of switched around. I know, it was a bit weird, but like there was a lot of that. But we did get to see two awesome monsters. We got to see Kurosaki's new rank 12 Raid Raptor, what was it called? Final Fortress Falcon, which, if that isn't a cool enough name, it was pretty awesome. It had like 3,800 attack or something like that, and when it attacked with all those missiles kind of thing, when it was bombarding the Odd Eyes monster, that looked absolutely awesome, and it was pretty cool. And obviously Yugioh, instead of summoning Rebellion Dragon, he summoned out his, I think it was the Lancer. It was either Lancer or Saber, it was one of the two. And that monster had a really powerful effect, where it was able to keep itself on the field like loads and loads of times. So that was pretty good. And the duel, to be fair, I had no idea how this episode was going to end. When it was hinted that this was going to end in a draw, when Yugioh activated the ability to both take damage, I was like, okay, that makes sense. Kurosaki has to accept closure, but then Yugioh has to probably stay away from him or something like that. So I was like, oh, okay, whatever. But then we see Yugioh, he gets up, he has like 50 life points, or he only got like a little bit left. And I was like, oh shit, he won. And it turns out that he did this to keep his monster alive. So that was pretty cool. I like the duel overall. Pretty good. So the preview for the next episode shows that Jack Atlas says that you're not going to be able to win in your current state. So we're going to have a Jack Atlas versus Yugioh duel. I think they're going to go to the Synchro Dimension so that they can get Yugioh a duel runner, so he can duel via the duel runner and have a rematch. I didn't really think they needed another duel between Jack and Yugioh because they already had two duels, didn't they? Wasn't it? Actually, no, that's a good point. Then a third duel is pretty good because the first duel, Yugioh lost, right? Then the second duel, they drew. So this third duel, Yugioh has to win, right? To prove anything. Like he's learnt something throughout this experience. So, yeah, that's something to look forward to. But overall, I thought the episode was pretty good. It's okay. Like, the episode was fine. Where the series is at the moment, I'm still a bit unsure of. I don't want to talk about it any more than I always do. I've mentioned it in every single one of these reviews that I feel like this series is ending on a bit of a bad note. I'm going to hope that Yu-Gi-Oh! Reigns when that starts. I'll be doing reviews on that. I can look forward to that. But yeah, let me know what you thought in the comment section below, guys. What did you think of the episode? What did you think of the Professor as an antagonist overall? Especially now he's made a big 360 and regrets everything that he does. Just let me know below, and thanks a lot for watching.